personally, I do believe in taking risks. I don't think I take risks on the level of P.T. Barnum, but it seems to me, as a 49-year-old, that most of the great rewards that I've had have involved some risk. Doing something that is other people may think is a bad idea, doing something you're a little scared of is a good thing. So I do look for that in my life. Like P.T. Barnum, family is very important to me. For me, it's the most important thing. And in many ways, this musical, which has a lot of emotion, a lot of song and dance, in many ways is that a great reminder, particularly this time of year, of what's most important in life. Very grateful, very humbled by the nominations for Best Song. You just heard the song. Mieta Perroni sings the song.
Maite Perroni.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
And also for Best Film Musical, which of course all of us share. I love doing musicals. I was 26 when I got my first job in a musical, and I'd never sung publicly in my life before, really, like not professionally. So it was a big surprise to me. Since then, I've done a lot of them. When they work, when you're on stage or in a film with an audience watching a musical, something different happens that happens in any other film. People's hearts open, they leap to their feet. It brings out a joy and a happiness, and that I really enjoyed going back to that. It's also we developed this and rehearsed this and shot this almost like it was a Broadway show. We were a family. We really became family, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really proud to be able to share the success of it with everybody. That makes sense. But I hope everyone in Mexico gets as much joy out of it as we got. For me, one of the great stories of this film, when we started 7.5 years ago, there had not been an original movie musical in Hollywood for 23 years. It was considered too risky. My belief, or my personal philosophy, has always been, I would prefer to have done something and failed than to look back and feel I didn't attempt it because I was scared. I think that is harder to live with. I've had a few moments in my life. Ironically, the first time I sang at a rugby match in front of 100,000 people, I was terrified. When I was asked to host the Oscars, part of me was like, I'm not Billy Crystal, why am I? But in the end, you think, go for it. You know, we have a saying in Australia, have a go, have a go. Just try to do it. We would prefer someone in Australia to attempt something and fail than to not attempt at all. And I'm so grateful to the studio who took a risk. It's a bigger risk for them than it is for me. And we had an absolute blast filming this. I do not regret anything, 1 second. It was a time of my life. And for them, it was a big risk. And I'm really proud to work with Fox. In 1 year, took a big risk on Logan, taking a different turn from all the other X-Men movies and doing this movie. So, yeah, I always encourage people to go for it.
My portion of the movie is a love story with Zach's character. And it's set in the circus, but really it can set anywhere, really. It's a love story about a forbidden love, and I think that that's something that, unfortunately, we still deal with. We still live in a time where people want to tell people who they can love, and you know, I think that at the end of the day, for these two characters, allowing, you know, it's a constant battle of heart and mind, and at some point, they both have to just let their heart speak and let their heart be louder than anything else. And I think at the end of the day, you know, it's much easier said than done, but the idea, at least in my little portion of this movie, is just to tell people that love does really conquer all, and love should be what we always lead with. And at the end of the day, it's the one thing that will make us happy. So, I mean, who's to say, you know, in this musical, obviously it's a fantastical musical, and we can make any ending that we want to have, and thankfully this does have a happy ending for these two characters, but not everybody has that, you know, so it's nice to see a happy ending.
I was just sitting here thinking how for 20 years I've made movies that have had a similar theme. X-Men is really a movie about inclusion and discrimination, and the way we sometimes treat people when we fear them or we don't understand them. This movie with the oddities, and this is a true story, because back then, if you were a three-legged man or a bearded lady, you weren't just different. Many people considered you cursed by God. Families would be ashamed, they would disown them, throw them out, lock them in basements. It was a horrific time. It's harder to connect. Sometimes it's easier when you live in a street just to put up a fence and not really get to know your neighbours. But we all know and have experienced the situation that if you actually connect, become friends, and you're there for each other, it enriches life for everyone. And I'm firmly of the belief that we are all made of the same stuff. I don't care who you love, I don't care what age you are, what sex you are, what country you're born in. We are all humans. We are all connected. Let's spend our energy on that, and that's what this movie is a celebration of.